Select your character.
Welcome back. As you can see, we now have Tails, Knuckles and Amy available. So I reached the halfway mark as Sonic. So I think it's time to switch things up a bit and play as Miles Tails Prower. Because, well, Tails is awesome. Now, Tails is probably my favourite game sidekick ever. Like, even to the point that anytime there's a coin flip, I always choose Tails because of him. Like, literally every time. Yeah. So there's that. I'm going to be changing things up a bit, starting with this episode. I'm going to be having it that the episodes are going to be about 15 minutes long instead. The reason being that, well, I think 20 minute long videos might be the reason why there's so many glitches. Like, there's things I can't help, like the glitches in the recordings themselves, or sometimes from how they're converted. There's really nothing I can do about it, so I think having shorter videos might help. Something one of my friends suggested, so I'll be trying that for the next few episodes. Which means this, I'm not sure how long this session is going to be. This recording session, because on the one hand I could go 3 episodes per character, because I'm going to do this, change your character every recording session, but I could either do it that it's an hour per character, which for now will be 4 episodes instead of 3, or I could try switching character after every 3 to keep it so it's 3 episodes per character. Well, it depends on how far I get in Tails' story. So yeah, this seems similar to the way it was last time, but they stood in a different position. The dialogue is different. Also, this one's a bit better because it's playing Sonic's theme instead. Because Sonic's theme is miles better than Tails is. It's kind of funny the idea that the tornado is Sonic's plane. So I can't think of a single time Sonic has ever flown it, unless you play as Tails in Sonic 2, I think, in which case he picks you up in the plane. So yeah, you can see they're going to be starting out pretty similarly. If I'm going to be starting almost identically to Sonic's. But we have there's a quick stop off I have to make before I head out over to the Mystic Ruins. And that is into the water. Because there's actually this is one of the optional power-ups. And it's actually really useful. I believe it's the Jet Booster? Or is that Gamma's? Jet Anklet, that's it. Yeah, so you can fly faster. You'll only see me fly a couple of times now, but you won't be able to see much of a difference, I don't think, but it does help. Okay, so off to the Mystic Ruins, and yeah, you can pretty much tell exactly how this is going to go. There's a reason I was a bit unsure about playing as Tails. But not playing Tails right after Sonic. Because it is basically the same. You go up against Eggman, you go to Windy Valley, then Casinopolis. It's just that the actual gameplay for Tails is different. Because he doesn't just have these standard get to the end of the stage levels like Sonic does. So I hope you'll bear with me for this episode. And there's Eggman trying to sound more sinister. I don't know why the dialogues changed. Like Sonic Adventure 2 didn't do that. Sonic Adventure 2 did things way differently. Because it just had that the scenes are identical regardless of which character you're playing as. Whereas in this version, this game is just different. And yeah, that's Tails' epic comeback. Sonic's like, "Or else what, you big loser?" And Tails says, "Or else what? Huh?" It's like, come on, guys. Could have given him a better line than that. So there is the Eggman. Oh, actually, something. The Sonic Boom, the series and game were just announced within the last week as of this recording. But by the time it comes out, it'll probably be in like 2 weeks. But yeah, so honestly, I think the character designs are. I think Tails' design is really good. I feel like that's what they should just. Because I felt the character should have more clothing in general. It is just something as simple as Sally from the cartoon and comics, where she had boots and a jacket. I mean, I like the character to have pants as well, but it's not a big deal. But I think Tails with his belts and goggles and stuff like that, it looks good. No, I'm not sure about all that bloody tape they got on everything and bandages or whatever it is. It just looks stupid. Sonic's arms are blue for some reason. I mean, normally you only see that when in one of the cartoons when they miscolour his arms. And Amy looks fine, and Knuckles is just randomly on steroids. I mean, why? I mean, really, Knuckles does look stupid. I mean, I can understand not giving him the exact same proportions as Sonic, because, you know, Sonic's fast and Knuckles is the strong one. But it's at least this weird situation where it just looks wrong. You know?
That was just too easy.
Make him a bit more muscular, that's fine.
Gotcha. Hey, he snagged it.
That was really not a well put together cutscene there. But yeah, it's like, if you actually see what Knuckles looks like, he looks absolutely awful. In fact, it's kind of hilarious how bad he looks. So you make him a bit more muscular. Maybe, I'd say, at most, he should have had Vector's build. Whereas he's like, maybe a foot at most taller than the others. And his arms and legs are more muscular. That's what they should have done, really.
Just as the stone tablet said it would. Hear this, Sonic.
I don't know. I think in pretty much every scene in this game, where there's multiple versions, if Sonic's involved, I tend to find Sonic's the dialogue from the Sonic version way better. Actually, looking back on it, I think playing as Tails may have just been a mistake in general. I probably should have picked Knuckles instead, because as is, you know, playing as Sonic is because I'm maybe going through the same few levels again, and it's the same story. I probably should have started with Knuckles. See a bit different.
We can't let that monster get any bigger. It could get ugly.
Unfortunately, the Tails versions are a lot shorter. Because I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in like episode 2 when I got to Windy Valley, that Sonic tends to get more areas. So Sonic gets all 3 parts of Windy Valley, whereas Tails just gets 1. Unfortunately, Windy Valley is also an outdoor area, so you can get through it a lot faster as Tails because you can fly. That's the great thing about the outdoor stages. You can get through it really quickly. So off we go. So how is Tails different from Sonic, you ask? Well, Sonic just goes through to the end of the level. Tails has to race Sonic.
Be able to find a shortcut if you fly.
See you later, Tails.
There we go. Sonic will catch up quickly. He does that if you get too far ahead. There's actually another way you can cheat, actually. Yeah. Oh, shit. Shit. No! No! My hubris. I have failed.
Come on, Tails. You made it.
Anyway, so, yeah. So you can actually cheat further by using a second controller. It's really cool if you put in a second controller. The I think it's mainly so a second player can control Tails and Sonic's levels. But at least this funny situation where a second player can control Sonic and Tails' levels as well. Which is just great. Because it makes it easy. Like, even when it's like... I think Tails' objectives are just beat a faster Sonic, beat an even faster Sonic. Or it's beat Sonic with 50 rings for the first one. But either way, even when you're against a faster Sonic, it's piss easy. Less than a minute. See, it never gets that easy, but it's still pretty easy.
That wasn't too bad.
But yeah, so even when you get a faster Sonic, putting a second controller, you can cheat. I'm not sure if they actually have that beyond the original version, because I played the original version of the re-release on the PC. And after the PC version, I played the PC version, they played this version. I don't think you can do it in this version, and of course being the PC version, I never really had a chance to try it out. It's not even that hard to beat a faster Sonic anyway. Like, even without cheating the way I did then, it's not too hard. So, yeah, there should be time. See, Tails can just go straight for the level, because he doesn't need to go rings or anything. Yeah, so Tails can just head straight in. Yeah, there's time for at least one more level if I'm going 15 minutes. This is the hardest one to beat a faster Sonic in. Simply because it is an indoor area, and as a result you can't just speed through it. I mean, if you know where to go, which way to go to get to the end faster, it's not too hard. Yeah, but it did lead to this weird situation with these levels where... So the idea is that Tails, if Sonic beats into the Emerald, it's game over. See, Sonic's game over for legitimate reasons, like dying. I mean, then it really would be game over, but here it's just like, oh, Sonic beat Tails, which is what happens in Sonic's story anyway. So I think that's why they changed Tails' levels in Sonic Adventure 2 to take a completely different style. Honestly, I think flying in the tornado could be a decent approach for levels for Tails. Wait, hang on a minute. Didn't the timer just say 56 seconds? And now it's 1 minute and 6? The hell? Yeah, so... Here's Eggman again.
What's that?
I wonder what that was, Tails, you idiot.
The Chaos Emerald.
Get away from there!
Ah!
I just love how Tails go into the ground. It's like in every game, if a character's got a cape, and they just sat down, it's going to go through the floor. Or lying down as well. It's something that games just generally haven't gotten right yet. With very few exceptions. I think Devil May Cry 3 got it right, actually. And that was on PS2.
Sonic, what
Like,
happened to
almost
the
a decade
Chaos
ago.
Emerald?
Eggman got one of them, but the other one's safe. He must be getting desperate.
Yep.
Now the emerald count is 2-1 and Eggman's winning. Let's get a move on.
So once again, there's Cream. And I'm sure there's even a character model. No, it is. A shit one. Like, really low quality. I think this game came out before Sonic Heroes, like this version. So I don't think they reused the model from that. So just like how I ended the first episode for Sonic by getting on the train, or being about to get on the train, I'm going to do the same here. Next time we'll be back in the Mystic Ruins and doing the last couple of levels that I've already done as Sonic. But once that's done, it's all new stuff for Tails. Until then. I'm going to be having it that the episodes are going to be about 15 minutes long instead.